Welcome back once again, my friends. This is Hambbage, and I'm glad to have you here for some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope you got to see a chance to see the last one. I kind of hid the real fun in the description, but yeah, we certainly did make a stairway of no real value, and then noted some numbers, and we're going to try to make use of both. We're going to get back home, hopefully. Again, everything in hardcore, you never know for certain, but we're going to try to get back home again, and then make a round trip through the Nether to get back. So um, we will have to. I kind of realized as I was outside enjoying a bit of the evening that I had forgotten we didn't bring any obsidian, and we can't we can't just go one way through the Nether without actually setting it up. We'd have to get incredibly fortunate. So we're going to jump in. I don't know if the parrot has ceased to be as one we've seen on YouTube videos before. I've certainly seen it. Love the Monty Python reference. So much fun. Such a classic sketch from back in the day. And so here we are. Yeah, again, the problem is we're going to use our ladder. We're going to go up. We're going to go to the surface. We're going to get back to the base as quickly as we can. But we'll need to come back. And probably what we'll do is go through the Nether. Find out where our linked coordinates are on that end. Create that portal and light it, and then before we go through it, come back, loop all the way back to here, and in that trip, when we set our bed and everything and are ready to go, we'll come back, light this portal, travel through them to make sure that they do link up, and as long as you create and light both before you've traveled through either, they should link first pop if we've done it right. So that's the plan and the goal, but to start, we need to get back. I think we've left everything pretty good. Again, we can kind of top off our sticks a little bit. Not much use for any of this stuff, and we didn't overload ourselves. So let's just, I guess, more use for the ladders here potentially than there would be back at base where we get a bunch of them. It looks like daylight above leaves. So, and we slept when we came up, went back down again to get the coordinates, and left it at that. We want to have this full episode to maybe, and no guarantees. We don't know what all is going to greet us in the Nether, what direction we have to go. We don't want to go east. Speaking of direction, we're going to come back this way, and I don't think we need to completely clear around our little ladder area here, but at least this tree, so as we approach we can kind of see it again. Yeah, I don't know how much of a forestry effort. I'd said kind of, oh yeah, let's make the... Are you kidding? How much effort we want to put into this, but already it's becoming a little bit silly. That's a big old tree too. Well, just enough so we have somewhat clear line of sight when we get back to, alright, there's our ladder. Go straight to it, no hunting around. How much of that time we will have traded off by just taking trees, I don't know, but it's spruce wood. And while it's easier to get in the taiga that we identified in one of our recent episodes, I can't remember how long ago that was, but yeah, we'll do our best. Now, I don't don't think we want to just fell trees all the way through the woods and all that. We just kind of run through and skipped. Ooh. Is this gravel over lava is my only concern here. I don't think so. I think we're all right. And I'm going to try to more or less keep us on track with torches. But it's a little bit tougher to see in both directions. You know, whenever you... Oh yeah, I'm just going to torch it all the way through the woods. You kind of have to be very, very careful about making sure that you've got visible torches in both directions. You're not just forsaking one for the other. Now, I don't know which way around this mountain we came over. We certainly didn't. It probably was back this way, right? This is swampier. And now that's the other thing. This is all the torches. We didn't get more coal. Is this just a island? Nope, it's a big hill. So we might as well go up and down. See how much those torches end up looking like. We'll take this tree. And this one to make sure that all the vines go. Try to get clear of the exploding vine sounds. Alright, well if that... Yeah, it's going to be pretty thin, but hopefully that'll kind of get us pointed right. One more over that way. Alright, let's call that good. Again, we're so short on torches, but I don't think we'd... I think we hung more into the swamp here than we had anything else. Do we see that hut yet? Here, witchy hut. There we go. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, okay, so this is cool. And then we're all the way back over to our ocean. I think. Right? Yeah, there's the icebergs, so good. Don't need that much. Okay, so that should be enough to at least get us back. It would have been nice to have one of our boats already loaded, but no problem. Just saying. Alright. This can get us out into the ocean. Remember that little single tree? Certainly can be a help to us in terms of our path through the ice. Now, as I've said before, you can kind of play icebreaker. Will you get upset, sir, or ma'am? I don't see any kids around. Is there just open water all the way around all this? That would be the best, but I don't know that we can ever get there. This is a little... we don't have torches. Oh, man. So, no. We can't do anything that I want to do right now. Got the boat. Oh, we can make, kind of effectively buoys with torches on them and rely on those to melt the ice and kind of keep a channel clear that way. But if we just break up some of this ice, might as well grab some ice, right? Now, not only do we have weird water, this is such a disaster. We got to get to the nether We are wasting all kinds of time. This will refreeze if it's full. And I don't know why it... I mean, maybe it's just a matter of this one wasn't there enough to fill it back in. I don't know why that stayed so low like that. It's weird. Will that do it? Yes. So we can clear this stuff, but it's going to want to refreeze. And you know, maybe if we get some floating style blocks, we could make some torch buoys that would then keep it clear longer. That's my kind of thought, where it would be like a, you know, in story type mode, that's a place where we've sent icebreakers through, and then, you know, keep that as a clear channel for shipping traffic to know that it's available and good. Now, hopefully we don't just get completely wrecked by mob spawns right here around base. I'm gonna... Well, let's just go in. We can handle it. With s'more there to keep us safe from creepers. And of course, you're the guy. You want to come in? You can come in. Okay. Now, I think we'll get far enough away we can sleep here. Oh, what? Listen, guys. Those are priceless doors. And I don't appreciate you damaging them or lighting me on fire. All of this is completely out of line. Much better. Alright, home sweet home we are. So, now what all do we need? Well, we can at least temporarily make good use of the, you know, maybe we put them outside, but, you know, we got more flexibility. I don't like whatever this sound is. What's going on? Are you okay? That was an awful... I assume it was some mob burning, but maybe it was the purpley streak there? It sounded terrible. I thought you were in danger, s'more. Okay. Oh, it's llamas spitting at something. Had no idea what was going on, what that noise was. That's funny stuff. Hey, we got some bricks too. That's cool. So we can pot some plants if we want to. We've got some ice. We'll need to set up storage for those. Mike feels like it's a little off kilter. In fact, let's just run a few of these downstairs. The one random stick that we have can go up here. This gravel can go away. Our ender eyes we don't need anymore, but we'll keep the pearls for transport. An emergency get out of lava type needs, that sort of stuff. I don't know what is going on out there, but this is pretty hilarious. Let's go up on the tower and see what is the racket. What did you guys get upset about? That's a little crazy. I mean, I want to come down and use the two leads. What were you fighting, dude? You okay? If I had a name tag, I might name you as like, Undie, the super llama, but I don't have one, unfortunately, man. They all had to go to the pets. That's why I like having... There's some weird stuff going on. We got like invisible endermen. We got fights between llamas and who knows what. These can go in the animal box. Why are we dealing with leads in there? Okay, downstairs stuff. And we don't need the water or the bed in our hands. We want a couple of silk touches probably just ready to go. The axe we won't need right out of the gate. The wood we're storing. We'll want these and many more stone. And let's use those, knowing that 1, 2, 3 will come back as boxes. We lost one reserve. Now, sometimes I'll use cobble early on, just to kind of get my foundation out when I'm floating over the lava, if that's even the way we end up going. We don't know yet. But I think for this world, we'll go with a nicer stone. And this is a good start. If we need to get more, we'll have netherrack as well we can play around with to use in a pinch. So, good to go. Do we need to empty out any other stuff here for extra storage? We do want more obsidian. 12 is a good start. It's not going to be quite enough. We need a flint and steel. What do we do with all those? I guess we put them over in the B area, but I don't know why we didn't have an extra. Oh, no, we left them in the nether fortress, because once we'd used it to light. What? Did I do that? That was very Urkel. I don't know if anybody watching knows who Urkel was, but on a TV show. Did I do that? We won't need it until we get close anyway. Okay, let's do what we need to. We'll need, in theory, 24, but I'd like to have just a few extra, I think. So let's go clear our inventory, get some more obsidian. All this goes pretty quick. I think we got plenty of food. We're not fully topped off on steaks, but we have extra in the ender box if we need it. These 2 wood. We got some spruce. And we got some oak. And we got some slimes. I don't think we even had slime yet, did we? So I don't know that we would have had a slime chest. Well, that's definitely going to be one we want. I'm just going to borrow that real quick. Thank you. And yeah, right here, under the leather. Seems like a good spot. Again, slimes, if you unleash one or a couple slime chunks in your basement, you're gonna have slimes coming out of your ears because they'll just be constantly going. You'll be killing them just to keep them out of your way, and just in doing so, but they don't get too overwhelming because you can make the slime blocks out of the slime balls, but it's like coal or anything else. It's a more efficient way of storing them, so they don't become too overwhelming in terms of storage. If you get to the point where you're really worried about it, you have a good choice there. Do you just want to make another double chest eventually and kind of rework your storage if you get to the point of filling it, or at that point are you just creating a machine to delete stuff? Either one of which is entirely valid at that point. So kind of up to player's choice at that point. Okay, so that gets us to 23, I think. Didn't we have 10? We might have 12, but again, I'd like to take this to maybe 20. Add it to whatever we've got, and that should give us a nice little margin in case we need more. In case for some reason we needed to whip up another ender chest or something, we'd be at least on our way. Oh! A little bit of a wasted opportunity there. I don't know quite how I got away with that, but okay. I'm alright with it. Let's let's maybe just drop in a block to make sure that doesn't become a bigger problem. Alright. We have an ender chest, so we don't need to worry about breaking and resetting over here. And then we'll... oh, look, they've already sent a delegation over to welcome us. That's kind of cool. What I did not do, I'm now realizing I should have. So, yeah, 31. Very good. We won't need water in our inventory. We can't use it. Might as well keep it in there with the boat and everything else. It'll limit a little bit of how much... Oh, let's dump those, though. We don't need those while we're here. And we don't need the gold block either. So, okay, sorry. Sorry. Let's go down here first. Saplings. And then we'll go put this gold away, and then we'll be off. Promise. Until I think of something else. Oh, how are you with ladders? Oh, sorry. I was talking without my mic. I was talking smack to the zombie pigman. They get so sad when they're like, oh, I can't climb your ladder. Sir, you can lower down a rope. Okay. I hope we don't have to make much use there, but we'll go ahead and load it up. So, everybody may not be clear with the plan, and this was the last item that I wanted to talk about, and we should probably deal with it right now. Let me just escape here. I'm not going to bother sharing the calculator. If you want to look these up, you can. So our coordinates of the portal that we want to build next to the end portal, again, nether portal, end portal, right there. So we're going to put another portal right next to it, conveniently located for transport. So the coordinates were 1657 on the Z, so the later one, and then we can, it doesn't have to be exact. They're going to try to link together to any available portal. So our range of the X was 730 to 732. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to take 730 and divide it by 8. And that will get us 91 and a quarter. And again, we don't have to be precise. So 91 on the X, and on the Z, we're going to do the same thing. So 1657. Again, this is the problem with using chicken scratch on an actual notepad instead of notepad on the PC, where you've got it labeled as such. Okay, so I have 91 by 207. Those are our two overworld values divided by 8. Those are the ones that we're going to want to use for our portal in the nether, and they're both positive values. So when we go through here, which again, one last look, and I'm not super worried about anything here. Maybe we'll use up this iron shovel depending on which way we end up going. but we're pretty well equipped now, and unless we just end up going through the bastion to set up this portal, that could be exciting. But otherwise, we should be pretty well equipped. So let's get after it. When we pop up, we'll open up the debug screen. Okay, so we're currently at negative 72, 163. So we're actually really close on the Z. And again, because think about it, when we left our base in the boat following the Eyes of Ender, we pretty much went due east. So we drifted a little bit to the south, and that's going to be the change. We're going from 163 to 207. But then on the X side, we need to go from negative 70 to positive 91. And these aren't big numbers, and that's the beauty of traveling in the portal, or in the nether as opposed to in the overworld. You get a travel bonus of 8 for every which way you go. So we want to go east and south. South just a hair, but probably not too much. So I know we'd kind of already done this over on the other side when we first were getting in here. Now, I do prefer to have this all be stone, but we'll get down and secure first. Kind of learning our lesson from last time. We're not going to be stingy on any of this stuff. Now, here and here, stone and stone, and then just map up these. And again, this is purely ghast proofing under our stairs, because if a ghast comes along, we don't want to get dropped into a pool of lava. So just by making these, at most a ghast fireball it'll do blast damage, but it at most will break like one stone block, whereas netherrack it will it'll clear out a pretty good sized hole. So we don't want those holes to be the death of us. So we're just gonna preemptively kind of secure us, and then I think it's probably worthwhile to kind of circle ourselves. At least as far, I thought we were kind of like right on the edge of sea, but maybe there's a bigger finger to land than I remembered or realized at the time. But just kind of, make a deck for any future traveling, because, like our lodge, it would pretty much be out through that lava rainfall. We can deal with all that kind of stuff. So, how far do we want to go for the 207 versus just a straight line? I think let's go right off the dimensions of our kind of like the periphery, I guess, of our deal here, and let's just make a crossing first. Up to the point where we don't need it, and I build in 3s down here. Lots of people do, and the reason is that you can actually, as you get more resources and more time and want to move more efficiently, for this one, not a huge priority, but once you start getting longer runs that are things you want to travel with regularity, you may want to put in ice and then ride your boats on the ice, which is one of the fastest ways to travel. And there's a new functionality as well that's built in, and that is if you put down soul soil, or even soul sand, I think, you can actually replace the nether rack or, lava or whatever with soul sand or soul soil. And that can become your kind of medium, I guess, for moving over. And it will with the soul speed, I believe it is. I think we saw a low value one in the bastion, one of the chests. But there's an enchant that will let you, with boot enhancement, move very quickly over the soul stuff. And I don't know how that compares, but effectively then, without having to have extra gear, if you have room for it on your boots, you can just go cruising on foot. So a couple different means to further accelerate, but for our purposes, I'm getting to our end portal. We're so close, and we're so kind of straightforward that we'll just make use of what we've got here. Now, I'm clearing to this height, and we'll ceiling over there eventually, just so it can be more secure. For the moment, I'm not too worried. We can kind of run from cover in our base here, our portal room, to cover of underground pretty quickly. And you can see we're almost to 0, and we just have to get to 91. So we're really pretty close. And again, another 40 blocks that way, and we're done here. So it's gonna be over before we know it. I keep like, oh, do we have enough time to get this done? Yeah, I think we're gonna have plenty, and we haven't even seen ghasts yet. We may just have to do it with no regen potion either. We'll see. I kind of want to have the dragon fight standalone. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we do a bit of decorating around here. But we didn't have to use much of the stone at all that we had. As we know from our underwater adventures, the magma blocks, and we're already jammed up here. I think at this point we kind of want everything. I want it all. Give it all to me. Really, we should be putting the full netherrack stacks away first. That'll give us some room. This may get us a full magma. At least we can leave that in place. Again, we're so close that I think I want one more row of vertical here, and this will allow us to lay a floor that our boats can float over and jump along with lighting or ceiling or whatever other decor we want. But until I choose to use boats, or even when I have, if I find I'm without a boat and just want to run it, I want to be able to jump run on some of these longer hauls. Now this could be something we need to check up above just to make sure we haven't opened up too much, but it looks pretty secure there. Maybe just enough to get rid of this old iron tools. Okay, how are we doing? We're almost to 0. What do you say, guys? Should we open it up a bit? We want to get to 91 on the positive end on X, so... Oh. I'm ready to run! Nope. Ooh, well, that's some cool little opportunities. So just like Just like Beggar's Canyon back home. Now, just like our our diamond mining down in the lower levels, when we encounter lava there, we're going to fill it in on the floor and give ourselves a single block. Now, we may want a stylistic element for wide open lava oceans, but that can vary from area to area. Do you want to, make it uniform through all your nether depths, or do you want to kind of mix and match where, you have one style when you're just out in wide open lava seas, and another for when you're running. Okay, that's pretty good little haul. Now here, up to you. Do you want to use uniform netherrack for the time being, or do you want to, fill with whatever? It's usually just some combination of whatever I have most readily available. But as we go full speed down here, we do want to watch for lava pockets. We're not going to get as many as we may in when we're deeper looking for netherite, but there will be some that we'll have to deal with. And just something you kind of get used to. But that does remind me that since we're not just out running wild, out in Lava Sea. There's one. Okay, so first thing, block it off, hop up, boom. Really easy to do up here. When you get down low, you're actually going to go under seas and lava lakes and things that are out, and they become a little more difficult to deal with, and can actually be a pretty good reason to just change where you're trying to get your netherrack from. If you run into a large pocket, once you've identified it, just kind of move on, right? Diminishing returns apply. So we're going to be capped, but we're so close to home, we can actually kind of turn this and not end up with too much waste. I don't even know that we're going to need much stone. And we probably don't, honestly, we don't need to fully max out the height of this. I should just keep us going. More lava. Hey, you can kind of quickly surmise that we're not going to be short of any of these materials in the the short or long-term future. When you can, it's kind of nice to get a little lava help clearing out your gravel. So give opportunities there. It's limited when it's not very deep, I guess, but every little bit helps, right? And as you may have noticed, or in your own play, you can bump into magma blocks as much as you want. So you can leave these; they'll give a little bit of extra light. They're not perfect, but they certainly don't hurt any. That goes back a ways. Let's try to get out here. Focus up. We gotta get done. I'm so used to these kind of just being endless, and oh yeah, I gotta go. As we've seen, there's one advancement for traveling. I think it's 8 kilometers, and each block is a meter, so 8,000 blocks in the overworld by using nether portals. They actually wanted, when this feature became available, they wanted players to become familiar with it, how to use it, so they made that an actual mapped feature. And it was similar prior to, but they kind of tweaked it, and I don't remember exactly what the change was from achievement to advancement. There was one that it was It was significant enough that it did it. And I don't recall, it was like, it used to be you had to go, I don't even remember. I don't know. For some reason they decided to change it a little bit. It became subspace bubble. But for all that, I'm glad that this functionality exists, and that the developers realized, hey, at the time, rail carts and everything were so popular. It was like, yeah, it's cool. We're making ways to kind of modify the landscape and make cool stuff in the overworld, and then they just, they kind of were bold enough to say, you know what, with other dimensions, if we're gonna truly, kind of have the fun of these are different dimensions, that's a lot of what science tells us, may be the future of, faster than light speed travel and all that, to whatever, extent it's not just theoretical, and it is. None of this is proven yet that we know of. That's widely known. I'm sure people are trying. There would be just absolute fortunes to be made. And while it sounds, oh, that's just movie stuff, it's not ever really going to be a thing. Think of like 3D printing and some of those kind of applications for emerging technologies that not so long ago seemed completely ridiculous. And yeah, they're not like the Star Trek doohickeys that just create stuff out of nothing. But it's not a big leap to, we're using technology that's there to yeah, we don't need that. I don't know. It's just kind of dealer's choice when you're deciding what block gets tossed into lava and which to make room for stuff. You're gonna have so much netherrack. That's usually the one to go, but we haven't filled the box yet. So we're so close here. We can just go back. We've already made it up to the point of the turn. I didn't really call that out, but we'll now be turning to the south and hoping that we reach our target before we reach the bastion. Could add a little bit of excitement here. So we left all of these to be available for netherrack, and you'll quickly see why. We'll also pretty quickly fill in with these magma blocks, and they're all arguably unusable. And I say arguably, they are what they are. We need. Can I borrow this? Do we have other chests? Let's use these. We had one that was like a building chest, and then this one, I think. Let's make this a dump chest of nethery stuff to deal with later. We'll want to cook the gold, right? We'll want to deal with save all the nether quartz for XP grinding. And again, we're already at 19 levels, just, kind of clearing the stronghold in. But here we can already see a little bit, and then we start bouncing our head, and, we need a little bit of space to go fast. Here we can't do any of it, but that's all right. We're close enough. All the way to the end. Let's not get too rushed here. How full are we? Okay, so we said 91, and we'll kind of make that our center block. So we'll go on either side of this, and we want to get to 207. So we're not far off. A little late along our way. this time we'll just fill in with netherrack. Keep it all uniform. So we're in the nether waste still. That's interesting. Sounds like piglins. Kind of that different audio. All right. Well, here we're close enough. I think we'll start in with our floor there. Let's go. Warp speed here. I mean, the convenience of this is just ridiculous when you guys get to see how quick we can travel between those two sites, and we won't need to worry about torches or boats or finding our way or wending through the trees or which way to climb up out of the swamp on the other side of the river. All that becomes very irrelevant when from our very basement we just run this short little bit. Again, we'll make a portal room kind of at the end of this hallway. Ooh, we got a little blackstone here to gather up. Kind of nice. You'll get pockets of these. Now the basalt deltas will have the most blackstone and basalt rock types to gather from. And there we go. Iron tools, by and large, are now no longer of interest to us. Oops. A little sloppy. Netherrack break so easily that kind of becomes difficult. Okay, let's quick finish up. I know you guys are probably eager to get the portals linked up, but let's quick do our ceilings and get this widened out a little bit. And again, I'm not going to be overly worried about pushing for the full height all the way through at this point. Just enough so that we can run and go at speed back and forth, and while we're in the mode of gathering stuff up, may as well. So as you can see, it goes pretty quickly here. It's not a big time chore. Now it can be if you've got thousands of blocks to go, but fortunately we do not. Do this and it should there may be some lava. Shouldn't forget that we'd been on the edge of a few lava lakes there. Wow, so nice. Here we've already kind of established, so we'll just keep switching this out. And the nether rack actually makes a little more sense because we had trouble. ultimately we'd be covering that with ice anyway. So from that standpoint, it's the cheaper, more disposable blocks than even stone, but we're going to have plenty of both. Not too worried about it. Here we've got quite a gravel quarry to deal with. And that's a pretty appealing block to stock up on. Okay, well, overfull. Did I ever even bother to empty the ender chest when I was back the last time? Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. Okay. So we drop it. There we go. Get a good run, then start jumping. Watch your head. And that's where we can kind of get thrown off a little bit on our speed. That's why we wanted at least the 4. Okay, now back up. Alright. Blocks, not cubes. Blackstone, the little odd duck. That could. And do we have gravel over here, or is it just over on the overworld side? It is, but that is worth hanging on to. As I said, it can be used for industrial applications, concrete and so forth. Snack. This time, do better at that. Alright, and just like that, we're back. Let's do a quick little escape time check. 52 minutes, not bad at all. And we'll want to do stuff to make that all seamless and safe and not a worry. As you can see, this becomes pretty quick, both to clear and traverse. Oh. And if you're moving fast enough, some of those kind of things don't even. And that can be the same with lava. You know, if you see it, don't forget about it, but just keep going and then go back and get clear enough. It's not going to run forever. It will run further in the Nether than it will in the overworld, but get far enough, and then you can just come back and use your netherrack to make a little dam, climb up on top of it, and if it's spread far enough, you'll have to stack to move back over it, but that's not a huge deal. Here, eventually, just cosmetically, I think I'd like to fill that in to balance everything out, but you don't have creepers, so you're not worried about getting dropped on as much. So while you may have some hoglins or piglins or any of those kind of things come and mainly distract by spawning and blocking your boat traffic and getting in the way, it's not Not too terrible a thing. Okay, so we're now just going to proceed down to the end of this hall, 30 quick blocks or so. Doing the same thing. Ooh. This gets a little more interesting, doesn't it? Okay. Like our other portals, we'll want to box that because we don't want ghasts to come floating by and break it. And as I've said earlier, a lot of people prefer to have their this type of system up high in the Nether. I think there's some limits of the mob spawning rates up there. Personally, I kind of just like having it low. I think it's quicker to work from on because you may or may not spend. Well, I think you still spend less time bridging. Now you can do it right up at the top, so that you're just below the Nether roof, and then for the most part you're traveling in like solid blocks. Like, anywhere that you look in the Nether, you're gonna see netherrack at the top, and for the most part that's 3 to 8 netherrack bricks long or deep, but there can be holes up there, and you can't. When you're just doing those initial cuts, you can still go, but you're very likely to fall at times because you're just going to hit holes. And if you don't have the elytra on, you could fall the full height of the Nether to hit the lava lakes below. There can be bad times in store when you trust your fate to that. So don't at all. Or at least in my mind, I would much prefer to go fast at the bottom where land is more significant. Anywhere that there's land at the top of the Nether, there's likely land at the bottom. The biomes that have it. So I kind of I would rather just realize that I'm just have to hop out of a pool of lava and not drown in it or burn up, which we've now got enough time to be pretty flexible on. So there's we didn't come all the way over to our bastion remnants over there, so we're still pretty safe, but we will want to kind of enclose this up. So let's get our debug screen back up so we can line up exactly on our coordinates, and we wanted 91, 207. So we're right in it here. Lots of people vary kind of how they will do these, and it's something I always kind of struggle with. If we wanted to have a longer run, putting a portal right across here isn't the best plan. But we sorry, I'm just kind of figuring here first, and then we'll kind of cap it or dome it so that it's safe. So let's drop our ender chest, get out our obsidian, and we don't want to use this portal once we light it. We want it to be nice and ready, but ungenerated on the far end. When you light a portal, it's not going to immediately connect to anything on the other side. It will just sit as its entity here, doing its thing and being all happy. And only when you go through it will it figure out what's on the other side, where, either, oh, there's already a portal there, I don't need to make one, I'm just going to use the one that's there, or create a new one. And in our case, we're going to light this and not use it, so it won't have anything paired to it on the other side until you go step through it. It doesn't do anything. It just sits here in the Nether. We'll then go over and light, travel back overland to the end stronghold, go back down our ladder, and actually use the portal there. Once we built it and lit it and everything else. And when we do that, then it will be the one to say, okay, what's available over in the Nether? Where do I want to place this player? And they'll go, oh, wait, there's already a portal there. I don't need to do anything. And we end up linked to this one and should pop up right here. So that's the whole goal. I know, this is kind of the split on the audience. For the folks that know Minecraft and have used these types of things, way too much discussion of it. It's like, dude, just make the portal and link it. We all get it. You do, but, try to remember back the first times that you were figuring this out. The mechanics of it and getting it set. If you haven't had a guide, and you're just kind of trying it out, it's a little bit daunting. And, you gotta know multiplication and division. You gotta be able to map out the coordinates, and it helps to understand which way the coordinates are going. But I mean, you can, as I've done here, you can just use the debug screen. That's what it's there for, in part. That's how the developers chose to use it in this game. It is for the players that want to use functionality. There isn't a mini map or anything in the game, but this is the means to see your coordinates and know what you're playing with. Okay, let's get more. We want to be up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that. I know there's kind of a shame to nope. To not be gathering up that XP source, but well. So I'm gonna kind of piecemeal this roof together for a moment. We'll just make use of, I'm not trying to break everything. We don't need that anymore, though, honestly. So I'm not trying to go out of my way to break netherrack where it's there, but I like the resiliency of the stone where it may not be. And kind of the same on the walls, maybe. Do a little something like that. Fill in where needed, but now maybe we put in a door or something to get out into this bastion. But doors in the Nether are a little PITB. It just, you gotta use the iron. I think. I don't think that would, at least at some point. I either convinced myself through. You gonna come? Come on down, boys. Hey. Oh, I wanted to hide from you. Okay. And that's, I think part of it is that just giving any of these mobs access to just pop in is not a good idea, but more importantly against the ghasts, we don't want fireball. You know, if one spawns up above and just game decides it has a look at us, it'll just start dropping fireballs, which we don't, I'm not even that worried about for us, but breaking the portal and having to repair that is a truly not pleasant endeavor. So, if possible, we'll just hope to do without. So I think this is our... Whoa. This is our wall line. Maybe just a couple torches up to kind of light that if we're out and about wandering and see it. And like I said, we'll maybe do more with an access point here. I don't know. I mean, do we just leave it here and do it? Perhaps fill it in later. It's gonna serve the main purpose of preventing the gas damage, and that's the main focus here. Don't want to lose sight of that. Fill in here. Torch it up. Nothing special or fancy. Ooh, let's balance that out. Oh, did I not go? I mean, we go back one more just to make everything nice and even. Try to make it look intentional, right? So we got 2 on the other side there. And then one more row here. Some of those sounds almost sound like Subnautica. I don't know if anybody has played Subnautica before. It's a few years old game now. I talked a little bit about the just watching some of the relaxing sounds, and some of those on YouTube are accompanied by scuba divers on reefs and things like that. Areas. But yeah, for the same reason, I thought Subnautica was a really fun game back when it was when I was playing it. I never finished it. Didn't get too terribly far. I played a lot of hours in it, and a few different worlds. It had a good, I think it was just a survival mode. There was like an Iron Man, but it added some extra dependencies. It was a food and, oh, hey, this is where we got all our soul sand and stuff. We'd kind of cut the corner and dripped in there. Again, this is how close we were back again, but now we've got even more direct shortcut. So, here's our new little sanctuary far from home. Not perfectly secure or airtight or anything, but it's good enough to give us a little bit of security as we go. So we want our Instamatic lighter here. We're gonna light our portal. Oh, and I was wondering, should I fill that with some more of the netherrack, or should I just knock it? Let's just get it out of the way. Okay, so we don't want to accidentally fall into the portal there. We do want to grab our ender chest. I'm going to call this good enough for now. Again, lots more potential work to be done, and this is what I was saying, lighting, ice, everything that we can do to get as few pigmen as possible. Not that they're dangerous when we're in here, but they do slow progress quite a bit. We don't want to deal with that. We built all this to be fast, not to be running into mobs. So, got all that done. Much more than halfway, although the time-wise, we may take us just as long to get back. Let's think about, do we want to use like a wood block, or what would make those good buoy blocks? Because if we're going back for possibly the last time in the overland, let's think about clearing that ice channel. If, nothing else for other future boat trips, it might be nice to have some good options. We need all that obsidian. We want to keep the lighter handy because we'll use it. But we don't need this gravel. And I think we're pretty well done with our stone. Once we've linked the portals, we'll come back and worry about any gearing up. That way, we're not going to do... What am I looking at here? We're not going to do any... work on our... I'm not going to go through the end portal. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm also trying to think about, like, do I want to... I don't want to... I think I just want to leave all this. We'll take this upstairs. Let's go upstairs. So we're going to link the portals. After our overland trip to our end portal, we're going to link them. We're going to come back through the nether, show just how fast all that is. We will then gear up and do a dragon fight, end run, all that good stuff in the next episode. Maybe the next. I don't know. We'll see. It's not too late. I mean, I may do it now. We'll see. My sleep is so thrown off and jacked up now with various naps and poor quality sleep at sleepy time and then not at others. It's I have no idea, but I'm feeling pretty wide awake right now, I tell you that. And think that we could do it. Let's check our time. Where are we at? 1:13. Let's try to get this done. Let's just focus up. We got all the stuff we need a portal. We need a boat. And do we use wood? What else could we use as floating type blocks to mount torches to try to keep our channel open? Wool. We could do like some red and green dyed wool and make the kind of, I don't know, let's bear with me here for just a second, guys. I'm going to see if I can answer this question. No, I'm not describing as I'm typing here. So I'm trying to... Generally, marker buoys come in two colors, red and green. The colors are tremendously important. The memory aid of red right returning will help you interpret the channel marker correctly. Very good. What I don't know is which way those get oriented. Okay, generally marker buoys come in two colors, red and green. These colors are tremendously important. It's probably like going into harbor and out of it. Red right returning will help you interpret the channel marker correctly. Basically, red marker buoys should be on your right starboard as you return from open water. All right, so let's remember that. We've got some cacti right? They're downstairs. This may... It's going to add a little bit, but man, these are the things in Minecraft I absolutely love. Oh, so love that you can add this kind of, just fun to your world. So we're going to create some channel markers through the ice, and we'll do them nautically correct based on what we just read there. So we're going to run up. We're going to get some poppies. We'll have to probably sleep, but we'll cook these cacti while we're doing all that. Oh, look, and it's daytime. That's cool. Cook cactus makes green dye. Oh, excuse the hiccups. Man, I know we just keep blowing through stupid shears. Oh, we got sheep out here. Oh, we got S'more talking to us. He loves this idea. I mean, his little meows don't seem as enthusiastic as you may think. I think that couple on each. Oh man, this is good. I'm excited. Absolutely love it. Hey sheepies, you guys too warm? Let's shave you. He just ate again, so he'll have more. Now, I don't think that we created these poppies, had we? I think they were just here. Oh, let me leave those. No, I'll maybe take a couple of them. I want to have enough. I think 10, 11, 12. Let's get... Oh, now we got one too many. Whatever. I'm thinking... Now I don't know if I'll have enough dye for it. We may have to... Or enough wool. We may have to keep coming back to our sheep here for a second. So I'm thinking most buoys that I recall, and buoy boy, I think they vary pretty regularly. All right, so this is great. We're gonna have one more right now. 12. Yeah, we're way short on wool though. Let's see, one more of these in. Oh, so good. Dozen red dye, and these are already green dye. Okay, now we need to go back with our sheep. Do we have... Let's get a bed. We'll probably need to stay out there. Or whether we do or don't, we'll be ready. So we want... we want a dozen each of red, green, and white wool for the idea I've got. And I hope that these will work as I'd like them to. Don't know for certain, but I'm hoping that if we light them with torches, they will keep the ice from advancing, and we'll just kind of, space them out through that little section of ice and try to keep an open water channel. Not that we're going to be traveling all that often, but I think it's totally cool that we can. And so I'm going to try to do it. So, got green. Oh, you sheep are so good. Just keep growing that wool. Keep eating the grass. There's so much of it for you guys to snack on. Did you go down the hole, sheep? Seriously? We don't have time for these kind of sheep shenanigans. I didn't bring a lead. What? Excuse me? Do I have an invisible sheep? 1, 2. What happened to my third sheep? I don't understand. Oh, how do you get all the way over there? You like the world's fastest teleporting sheep? Seriously, now I need like a lead. I don't have a boat on me. Oh my god. I mean, I guess he gives us more to do. We can run back and forth. Give these other guys a chance to eat. There we go. What's a little steak? At least I'm not eating lamb while I sheep, you guys. How you doing? We need a lot more. This is when it would be really handy. See, you can't even eat grass over here. What are you doing, dude? You're not a panda bear. You don't eat bamboo. You eat go stand on the grass. Go on. Okay, that grass then. Fine. Just eat some. Eat some. Get your wool. Awful. Okay, one of them's ready over there. You try to do something cool. And again, the little artistic license here. I get it. Sodden wool is not really going to float real well, but we're kind of thinking of it in terms of like a foam type industrial floating material coated or something as a stand-in, and kind of the best option that we have available in the game to represent that. So now when we have just 5 more pieces, we may not even need to use the bed, but I have a feeling, based on these wide-ranging sheep, that we will. I think that's the game's way of saying, like, hey, look, we'll give you some wool, that's okay, but maybe it's time to contain these guys, huh? Okay, there he's... Oh, I see you. Aha, we got it. Alright, now we can get back home again before we sleep, and spend our time getting our gear all ready to go. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Getting good. I just love being able to put like a little bit of touch on some of these otherwise routine things. Just, and if we don't see it for a long time, I'm good with that. I really am okay if we almost kind of forget that it's even there, and then at some point, long after, are just out on a long boat trip, and, whether it's to the igloo guys or, that there's a gravelly mountain out that way, something along those lines, we're just coming back from it. Totally, oh, remember when we made these? That's so cool about Minecraft. You just don't get it in other games like that. So let's get out the boat. Now, what do we do with our other boat? Oh, we just left it by the shore, so let's use that one tomorrow. We'll probably have to fight our way to it, but that's okay. Got lots of torches, lots of wool. We just keep moving. We can keep the conflict to a minimum. Keep our pockets from getting overwhelmed. And again, as long as we still have the obsidian and the lighter, either here or in our inner chest, we have them in our inventory, and we are good to go. And if our little buoys look good, we can even, use those as our aquatic entrances to our base too. Kind of mark the safe channel out to our lodge. Around the magma sections that make our boat ride so bumpy. Oh, so much good. Now we have to try to remember what was the way from here that was kind of the short and direct to that single tree, right? Is that the single tree, or is that a part of a larger bit? I think that's it. Should we go scout it more? And this is open. How direct? How direct, and where is the torch that we're aiming at? I mean, we just want to shoot up past that little icy bit, right? So let's give this a try. See if it works. And if it does, I'm going to be so excited. I hope you guys will be too. So, from return from open water. So, whatever, this is definitely, it's not on our base side, but this is the more open part of the ocean going into the kind of swampy island cove there. We want to probably not cut into that too much, and our original channel is out there. So let's start here, and let's go red to return. And I'm putting these close because let's do a test. So we've got green, and then what I'm thinking is let's just set all these up. I'm thinking a white and a white, and then a red and a green, because we're looking at these as being the mounting points. Now, this is hopefully, all right, see, they're already melting. Now, if we can move these back anymore, I'd actually like them to be a little further apart. Do we still have our bucket on us? No, of course not. Oh, and that's what's throwing me off. I'm using the Silk Touch axe. So if you break ice with a regular axe, it will leave the water, and that will clear it up. We're getting the ice, and it's not breaking. Now this. Kind of hoping that would melt quicker. I mean, we saw one melt like way out there, so this may just be a matter of time. All right, there's one. Let's go get our bucket. Oh, I'm excited for this to be going. Bucket of water. Let's fix this one. And since it's relatively safe, let's just now I did it. Oh, by the way, the other night I was reliving some of my so let's try to speed things up maybe by lighting on both sides, and we only got 6 of these, right? But I'm look at all that. So I'm hoping that with 3 on each side, maybe we can go 5 between, and melt ice. I hope 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should leave water. 5 in between. Oh man, it already filled back in. Dang it. Bucket, get out of the way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a green. Green. Now... One, two, three. One, two, three, four, five. Bonk. Oh man, we're not gonna make it, are we? But I think we need that much just to melt all our ice, right? Always loves to melt the ice you're standing on. Okay. And those are going to remain green. They're the left starboard leaving. Get those set. Red there. Hop in the boat, get them out of the way. I'm not cool that you guys haven't really done your job out there. Oh, man. Will those keep it clear? I hope so. I mean, like, those I have confidence, but what does it do in the middle, right? I don't know. Do not know. This is a red, then a white, then a red. Melt. I mean, it doesn't yet seem to be refreezing in there, right? Please. Sorry, guys. I know this is a long delay on kind of unrelated, but I don't care. I like it. I think it's gonna look really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So not quite clear, but nothing has refrozen yet either. And that's awesome. Do your best, torches. Oh, not there though. That will only last so long. So we'll go get some ice. Might as well get some sleepy in. At least our bed is color coordinated with this cool icy environment. That's a good respawn point. All filled in, all good. Reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 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 Oh, what do you guys think? Is this worth at all? Cool, dumb? Oh. And the other question I guess I'd have is somebody, like, at least I appreciate, oh yeah, channel marker buoys, this is what they're there for, this is how they're supposed to go, and how, I wasn't sure how to orient them, so I'm glad I've learned that. Just through playing Minecraft, learn something new. It's awesome. But for anybody who may be more familiar with this, if you've done the boat licensing requirements, whatever those may be, I don't know, in your local municipalities or all that, but whatever's required, is it more accurate? I mean, I think if everything was above the water, then I think it's right to have it dominantly on top, and below be the color of the buoy with some white rings and things on them, and normally those would be relatively small. But would it be more accurate to have it be like a white top, white bottom with the color that you're indicating in the middle? And for the sake of anybody that may be watching and just curious, is there any difference if are those two different types of things? Would that be sending different messages? No idea, but I'd love to know if you guys do. Drop a comment and educate me. I'd love it. So, as we've shown, we're maybe not fully clear, able to melt, but I think we're able to keep ice clear with what we've got, and we'll kind of find this out. That is a really quick way to wreck your picks, because there's no experience, and like netherrack and some of those, they choose the durability a little bit. So we'll see. Does that? We may need to give a little bit of bucket help here. Okay, look at that. We got some ice. Okay, I think that was kind of just a big waste of time, because, and we may need, here's the best solution, I think. Let's borrow 3 more of each. I don't know, I guess shears may be the best for breaking placed wool. I don't know. I guess we have shears. We could find this out. Right? Got them handy. That's pretty quick. So let's borrow some of these, and let's actually pre-spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you can see it's already filling back in on that channel, right? So let's pre-spot a few more to complete, and when we have more time, more resources, we'll just boat over here on a whim, on some long or short episode where we don't have other content, and just drop these into place, or finish them off, right? We'll spend a little bit of time. We'll get some more white and colored wool, and finish these up. But these should help keep our channel clear, I think. The torches, I think should do pretty well. It may be a little bit spot and go, but at least it will give us a chance where we can continue actually use this as much as we. Oh, we need to get the pieces as well. Boom, got it, and boom, missed it. Got it. So we'll see how well this holds up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, at least we got one. Oop. In. 1, 2. Oh, come on. And boom. Get. I really think this is going to be pretty great long term. I am pretty confident that they can't melt just with these single torches out far enough, but hopefully, like on the other side, they can keep it clear for us just for the time being until we get them additional supplies. Well, okay, so now you guys see enough, again, making some people's minds bleed, I'm sure. Why would you waste time with something so stupid? We're trying to get to the end. We gotta go fight the dragon, man. That's what we gotta do here. Now how much, how long did that really take? Oh, yeah, alright, it's only 141. We can do all this. We aren't gonna fight the dragon, we already said. That's not gonna happen in this episode. All we gotta do is run across here, light the portal, cross our fingers, hope it works. I guess I should be gathering up some of these. This would be a great lily pad run. Yeah, pick up our boat, run back over, build and light the portal, and then it takes like seconds to get back from that to our base on the nether side. So. Oh, that was fun. I hope that doesn't seem like too stupid for some people. I just love those little detail kind of buildings. Not a massive building project, right? We've done bigger already ourselves, and it's not functionality. It doesn't have an automated purpose. It's not going to generate loot or anything, but it reinforces that you're playing a game that's not just level driven. Add in little extra wrinkles like that, and you can bring areas of your own knowledge to the game. Again, that wasn't really mine. I knew like, all right, do you have any port? Do you have any red port? I don't know. The red right return and left starboard leaving are the ones. Did I just already lose my stupid torches? Okay, is that them or are those dandelions? Oh boy. Here we go, Wolfie. There we go. Back to it. There's only one way we can mess this up if we get lost. Uh-oh, we're lost. Don't think there's lava under that, but let's not overly more lily pad to the collection. Again, I kind of think in this one, instead of the lily pads, maybe we do slabs eventually. Might as well get some more little saplings. We got a whole chest for them. Doesn't our ladder look awesome? They're calling to us from the distance. Whee! Oh, so good. Oh, can't. That was seeing if I could separate and actually like fall for a little bit from the ladder to travel a little quicker. Again, this is not going to be our primary mode of getting up and down, though. All right, here we go. Portal. Oh, and I don't think we hadn't cleared these guys yet. So let's do each of those. Because we're not lifting the roof, we'll kind of save a bit. Now, I think this is cool. I don't know that you need it. And there can be a bit of a problem with creepers. But maybe we should do it like this. Okay. A couple lights out there just gives us more into the room. Alright, time for everyone to hope for the best. Man, I still get nervous. It should be good, but I've had weirder things happen. Let's get just some food ready. We'll go ahead and eat. Because, I mean, most likely we pop through and there's a piglin. Okay, so it should be going out there and going, alright, I'm going to make a portal. Oh, wait, there's already one there. Boom! And start your timers. Now we just run for home. Oh. Can he even pull? Oh, yep. But he pushed. Come on, run. Dang it. Run! Run like the wind, man. Again, we can fight those guys. We don't have to. And yeah, I didn't have like a watch going or anything, but it was 28 minutes past when I was starting the run, and it was in the 29th, and I don't know how much time there was. So that's it. Let's check our time. Wow, it was like 6 minutes since we finished up the channel. So, I mean, again, such an awesome feature functionality. If you have any questions on how to set those up for yourself, feel free to ask. No harm. They can get a little tricky until you've done it a few times. Once you do it a few times, it's so easy. And that's why I said many people watching are probably like, are you serious? Are we really still even just talk? Just do it already. We'll be done. And I get that. That makes a lot of sense. But I know for new folks, it takes a little bit. So we are fully set up. I'm going to set those guys for our, I don't know, future building needs of whatever kind. Since these are overworld, let's go ahead and put ice right here. And ice can take a lot of space because we should just demo just for the sake of talking. I think with one full stack, and this won't be a deal until we're really harvesting it, and then we may need some other. So we have ice, right? Good old natural frozen water ice. If you put 9 ice into a box, you get packed ice. If you make a bunch of packed ice, oh, do we not even have enough? Dang it. I think it is. Yeah, you gotta have all of them. So let's go use all our ice. We learned about packed ice, though. That's cool. So let's get more of that ice. Let's make 2 more. And I just want to keep some of the ice as ice. Nine packed ice make blue ice. You move over blue. Well, there's two things with blue ice. One, blue ice will not melt. You can set it right here next to this torch, and it will sit there. You can put torches on it. It's fine. It doesn't care. It's there. It's the strong ice. It doesn't, okay, whatever. It does what it wants, kind of deal, right? So for now, we'll just stash it away there. In the kind of glaciery, icebergy, not glaciery. Glaciers live on mountains. Icebergs are what glaciers make when they fall into oceans or flow into oceans. So when you see the big iceberg areas, you can actually harvest within those icebergs, and some of the bottoms, it's usually buried pretty deeply, but you can find big areas of blue ice, so you can actually get quite a bit of it. You can also make ice farms to automate that process, but again, you kind of got to be there to use them, and depending on how much you want to get and how crazy you want to build, see John Bams, he's got a massive ice farm that took him months of everyday streaming to build. Totally incredible, but just crazy. Also just seriously, like until you need to have projects to fill your content, not a huge deal. So we'll put some obsidian in our crying obsidian chest. Stone, we're gonna need to start gearing up for the end journey, and I think there's two things that we'll want to do in the next episode. And you know what? I may do a short one here with my evening. I don't think I want to do the end tonight. Real time for me. I've played a couple. I've done some cool stuff. It's been fun. The end becomes a huge deal. Probably the dragon fight actually goes pretty quick, right? And, we depending on some RNG, we could be in, out, and effectively done with end content pretty quickly. It could also be like 8 hours of searching. It's kind of like the Nether. And again, I'm usually of that opinion that, if you've gotten really good RNG in something, more than likely you're going to get, what goes around comes around. You're going to get some struggles on something else shortly after. So, I think for our next episode, we're going to repair this pick that I'm currently holding. It's pretty low. Now, I think, probably our fields are pretty good. We can turn those once, pop them, go trade with our villagers just to get emeralds. Nothing further than that. Just farmer trades to get emeralds and repair it will be a huge thing. If we can look at what we've got. We probably need to breed the bees again. So maybe we go to a flower forest, throw some of our bone meal, gather a bunch of flowers, come back, breed all the bees, get them overstuffed on all the hives, and then we could harvest, do a full honey harvest and a full honeycomb harvest even. So we could, be fully stocked up on those. And sheep. I'd like to get, enough more cactus. What we need, think 6 of each, because we borrowed 3 green and 3 red to make new ones, so that would leave 6 total. 6 of everything, right? We need 6 more white, 6 more green, 6 more red. Not a huge deal, but we'll just need to chase down some sheep for 18 more wool, and I think we have enough green dye, right? Because we cooked. Come on, this is wrapping up time. Yeah, so we've already got enough green dye. We'll just need couple more poppies, or some rose begonias, whatever they are. Get all those. We'll keep the shears on hand to try to remember that. Again, I think I'm going to do this pretty quickly here. I'm going to go out. It's now evening, but like I say, I like being outside, and it's still a warm night tonight. I think we're headed for like lows in the 30s again, Fahrenheit. So that's just above or around freezing in the coming days. So it's going to be a little shock. Today, like I said, it was about 90 Fahrenheit, which when I drove by a bank thermometer that said that, which is probably a little warm. I think it's always run hot for an outdoor thermometer, but when I drove by, it was at 31°C, I believe, and that was 88 Fahrenheit. Somebody can feel free to check those or tell me if I'm way off, but I think that's about right. 30 is around 90. I've always known. So if it was 88, something like that, that's pretty close. So yeah, we're in full on feels like summer warm, and it's about to get right back to feels like winter cold, and that's what we have in spring and fall in Colorado. So I love it, but yeah, it's when you're getting excited for the activities of one season or the other, it can be a little frustrating. You know what? Actually, man, oh man, oh man. Let's recharge here. Oh, how are we doing on time? I should just break. We're gonna be doing all this kind of stuff anyway as we prepare for our end trip. But when we go to the end, we'll definitely want a lot of torches. So no problem there. And we should check our beefs. Do we have enough to fill off both? Look at that. But I think that's a reason to cook more beefs. Might as well just cook these. Got them here. Alright. That's it. We'll put the netherrack away when I get back. Like I said, probably next episode will be pretty quick. We may, it may end up being a full couple of hours. We may just find lots of putsy little stuff to do around that'll make our base. We could certainly spend some more time working on the walls and all that kind of stuff too. So we'll see how late I feel like going. But for now, as always, thank you guys so much. I hope this one was fun. More addictive than lemonade, certainly. Although watch out for the hidden sugar in the lemonade. Maybe make a very tea-heavy Arnold Palmer and try to keep the sugar to a minimum there. That's a great summery drink. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for coming. Do stick your head outside like I plan to do. Maybe get up, just stretch your legs, even if it's not worthy of being outdoors. Move around, get some water, keep hydrated, and we'll look to get ready for the end of the next one. For now, take care of yourself, and if you can, be of service to someone else. Otherwise, you guys are already awesome for hanging out. So take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.